Hi everyone, I'm Javi I Control. This is a new week. We're going to learn something new. See, I was watching the other day my Screaming Faces video and I thought like, well, maybe I can just try to get real good another expression. But then I thought like, why just focus on one expression? I want to try to get the most important things about all expressions and see if from that base we can just spread and get all expressions together. That's what I'm going to try to do this week. Try to get how the human face works when it's moving, so I can finally do expressions right. And you know, maybe you can do it too. So let's go to the computer. Okay, so this is my good friend Refi, the reference face, and we're going to use it today, mainly her head shape, to do some expressions. Now, what I did here, I just drew her head and her face. And what I'm going to try to see, based on what I think I know, is to differentiate the stretchy parts of the face from the non-stretchy parts of the face, clearly. Now, obviously, the nose is not going to be a stretchy part. This is not going to move. The nostrils, though, this part of the nose is going to move a bit depending how the rest of the face moves. Now, the most stretchy part of the face is clearly the mouth, because it opens, it doesn't involve using any skin once it's open, so all the stretchiness can be focused here. Now, the other parts that I think that are fairly stretchy are, well, not this one, but actually, of course, this one. Now this all becomes part of one big stretchy thing. See, you can just move and grab this. But once you start getting close to the eyes and the nose, you know, the parts of the skin that are closer to bone, it gets less stretchy, clearly. So this is the stretchier part of the face. This is not very stretchy. And this is another stretchy part of the face. It is the one that moves your eyebrows. You know, this is also pretty stretchy, but not as stretchy as this. That is the most stretchy part. Now, if you start thinking about what type of moves the stretchy parts make, you can see that, well, the eyebrows can mainly go up and down. And while you can raise your eyebrows like this, but it's mainly up and down. This part, the most stretchy part of the face, is actually, well, pretty similar. Because this part, the only thing that you can do is this, and then go down, if you are stretching your face. Now the mouth is a bit more malleable, because you can do things like this, and this, but you know, you're using actually all of these parts of the face to move your mouth. So let me think about this. So the only parts that actually are moving and compressing like muscles are this part, and this part. There is like all the skin here. This is where the tension goes. That's what I think that are the two moving parts of the most stretchy part of the face. Now, I know that this sounds a bit insane, but I'm going to show you why I'm talking about this in just a second. So we had this lovely girl with the stretchy face. Now, let's use her and her skull actually to draw some stretchy faces. So I drew some guidelines of what to draw so I don't forget what I'm trying to draw. Because when I'm filming, I get a bit nervous and I forget. Now, before we begin, there's something else that I want to tell you. The most important thing that I discovered while practicing drawing expressions like this is that when you are, for example, opening your mouth and everything like this stretches, so does everything like this comes down. So you should focus on making eyes a bit larger, a bit taller than you usually make them. Like if you're this, you compress the eye. If it's this, the eye gets a bit larger. And that's something that Disney artists use a lot, and that's what I was trying to imitate when I thought about making this video, so I hope I get it right. So, a smile. Now, as you can see from this tiny skull that I draw, that these examples are going to be with the mouth closed. We're going to do some open mouth examples in a bit. So since this is stretching this way, I'm going to stretch this nostril just a bit. You can see when you're smiling, it's just, it grows a bit wider. So since I'm smiling and all this is going up, this is going to get a bit chunkier. And now the eyes. So I'm going to draw just some quick basic shape for the eyes. And it is smiling, so this is going up. It is going up. And then we draw the eyes. Since this is all compressed here, this eyelid is going to go a bit up like this, I mean, I know that I'm not drawing the sexiest smile, but you see what I'm trying to do, right? Well, if I just do this, it becomes a lot sexier. Nobody likes wrinkles. So anger. Now anger, we have to focus on this. See, since we're going to focus on this, on the eyebrows, what you should consider is that the eyebrow, when it goes down, it brings a lot of skin here to this part. So you can't do eyes like really round. You have to consider that flesh that is coming down with the rest of the eyebrow. So the top eyelid is going to be a bit closed. I'm trying to see what I'm doing here. It's going up, right? This is going up. And if it is going up, the nostril is going to be a bit wider. So this eyelid here makes more sense. I'm going to make them all just looking to the side because it is a bit easier. So there you have it, an angry face. Suspicion. Kind of like the rock face. Suspicion. So this is going to be more like this wave goes like here, but actually is focusing here. Suspicion. So in this one, you can make this eye like this a little bit closer. The mouth is going to come this way. So this is going to be a bit compressed. The eye is going to be a bit closer. I'm just trying to figure this out while I'll do it. I have no secrets. I'm trying to figure this out right now because I'm thinking if we go back just a bit, a smile is going to go all up and anger is going to be focusing all of this here. Suspicion is going to be also, half of the face is going to be concentrating here and the other one is going to be expanding. So, and from this side it's going to be like this, but from this side, since this is going up and this is going to be not going up or just relaxed, the eye is going to be just a bit taller. And I know that I'm drawing cartoony, but this actually applies to any drawing, I believe. I haven't tried it yet. So suspicion here. Now sadness. Well, the thing about sadness is that the eyebrows, I don't think they concentrate much energy, but since, you know, they're going up, but not up in a happy way, but just pulling from here. We all know, like, the typical side eyebrows that are like this, right? But the thing is that since they're not going super up, there's still going to be a lot of skin here. Sadness, looking a bit down. Let's close the eyelid just a bit. And you know, sadness is, well, for example, this type of sadness is like pretty relaxed. Like the face is like, you know, there is emotion, but there is not a lot of muscle moving, I think. You know what I mean? We can even make this a little bit. I think I'm ruining it. This is the yikes face. Okay, so yikes is going to be like yikes. I don't know what that face is called, so I just called it yikes. I'm going to go super up with this, like all the energy is like this, and then all the other energy is like this, like more like pulling this side actually. Pulling to the sides. And it is like all the energy is going to be, you know? And since all of the energy is pulling away from the eyes can get like a lot wider. I don't think I'm that wrong. I think this expression looks pretty cool. Let's keep going. And confuse. Okay. Confuse. So this goes down, and this goes up. Something like this. What do you think? It looks a bit like the yikes face, right? Like this is not a confused face. I know what the confused face is like. I don't know why I even wrote confused face. I don't know how to do a confused face. Well, that's something I have to learn how to do. Now, we did this faces, this, where are they? This, go back, that's right. This few expressions with the mouth closed. Now I want to try a few with the mouth open. So we here have the template. Let's try this again. So smile. We know that from the smile, this is going up, and this is going up as well. You can now see the teeth in most of the expressions because all of them are going to have the mouth open. Since all of this is concentrating here, this is going to be just a little bit closed. And since this is a happy person, it's going to be like this. Okay, next one. But surprise. Now surprise also goes up, but here it goes down. Surprise. Let's see. So here the eye can be like really stretched. That's right. Does it look like a surprise face? It looks like a surprise face, right? So surprise. Everything goes away from the eyes and the nose. So they get stretched. Anger. Let's go with anger. This is going to be the screwing face from the Screwing Faces video. If you haven't watched that, watch it. It's awesome. There you go. There's a screaming face. This one concentrates all its energy here, even with the open mouth. Because, you know, you might get confused because when a mouth is open, you can feel like maybe the energy is going all down, but it's not. You have to focus on what these muscles are doing. I'll concentrate it here. Eyes on the side, so I don't have to waste your time. Let's move to the next one. Baffled. Is that baffled? Yes. All the energy is going away from the eyes, but is this a baffled face? It looks like it should be like a bit more confused, right? Is it more like a confused face? I don't have to do a confused face, or maybe this is the one I was looking for. Maybe this is too open. I practiced these spaces before and I did them because I thought that there was something different to do, but now like I'm rushing through them and I don't know if I'm doing this right. Maybe baffle is more like so all goes to one side and stretches from the other. This doesn't look baffled at all. Maybe. No, it looks baffled. He's like, what? What? Is that a baffled face? Sadness. Let's see. Maybe I should try to do a crying face on the next video. Because that is like, it really depends on who's crying, but it can get like really intense. That's something really interesting to draw. And you know, I was also trying to get all the thing about the stretchiness, because I want to, you know, also if someone is like getting punched and all of these moves, I wanted to get that right. I'm going to practice that in the next video. You know, also like pulling from the cheek and things like that. You know, how the face actually stretches and compresses. This is more just focusing on expressions. But I'll get there. The evil. Evil is just an evil laugh. It's like a screaming face, but instead of screaming, like all the energy goes here. But instead of screaming, he's smiling. Ah, 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 ah. And the nostril goes up here. So what do you think? Okay, I think I'm a lot closer than I thought I would be. Because I was thinking all morning about how to approach faces, like all type of expressions. And I think that trying to figure out if you had to split this in two and trying to figure out which direction this is going and what direction this is going, I think is super helpful for figuring out expressions. Now what I'm going to do is what I always do, that is that I'm going to try to find tutorials and videos and things that explain this better than me. I'm going to share them with you on the next video. And that's going to be it for this one. I'm Javi, I can draw. I'm sure that you can draw too. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye!